Okay, this is my assistant Paige. And Paige, what is our lesson going to be today?
We're going to be setting up a barbecue with coals.
Okay, and what's the materials we're going to be using?
We're going to use a lighter, a sleep shade, our coals, and a barbecue.
Can you lift those up so I can see them, please?
The coals. These are our coals that we're
Okay.
going to be using in the video.
And here's our barbecue. And Grandpa, can you give us some safety tips on barbecuing with coals? Setting up a barbecue.
I sure can, Kurt. One of the most important things is to buy charcoal that is match light. Rather than have to use the fluid to pour on and the flames go up possibly too high, the flames stay real low. And it's very easy, if you set your charcoal up, to get it going real well. Also, don't use matches, but use one of these lighters. That way your hand does not have to go over the fire. You're going to put the barbecue in a place where you have plenty of room, like we have here. And
is it safe to barbecue indoors?
that's a good point, Kirk. Never barbecue indoors. Every year there's accidents happen when people take the barbecues inside to try to warm themselves or to cook inside, and there's no ventilation, and people have died from that. So never take your barbecue inside. Always have it outside. Okay, the first thing we're going to do here to start is we're going to take the grill off and the top off, and we're going to make a pyramid of charcoal briquettes on the bottom here. Oh, anywhere from 8 to 12 to 14 charcoals. So, Paige, would you take those out? She'll get her hands a little dirty right now.
How
That's
many do we
okay.
want to take out?
Oh, just take them out little by little. Put them on the bottom, that's right. And she's going to do this in the shape of a pyramid, which will help her to get the charcoal going quickest and most efficient. You can take a couple at a time.
Alright. Just go like this. And then like how many more on the
There,
bottom?
go a couple more. Good. Now start going.
On the top?
Yeah.
How many?
All the same amount. Okay, the next step now is the charcoal is in a pyramid, close together, not using more briquettes than you need. And now we're going to light it with the lighter, which allows us to stay away from the fire. It's a little longer than a match. So Paige now will start it up and go into the briquettes.
Go up or down?
Just you touch them with it. And because these are match light briquettes,
Close?
they will light up. Don't touch them, don't touch them. Okay, keep going around. Notice she keeps her hands out of the barbecue.
Close. I think I need,
Okay, that should be enough. Okay, now you're going to want to grab the grill,
Where's the grill?
put the grill carefully on top.
Carefully, it's flaming now, Paige.
You don't want to ever put your hands inside the barbecue. Okay, you notice the fire is still going, but the briquettes are now starting to turn white. A good time to put your meat on to barbecue is when they're pretty covered with white. But one of the things to always have with you as you barbecue outside, and never inside, is a fire extinguisher. You never know what can happen. We've got some pretty good clearance here around the trees in our backyard, but still, you never know. So you should always have a fire extinguisher by your side. Two other important tools for this barbecue is something to, a fork to pick up the meat with and turn it over, and a mitten to protect your hands. Now this is going to be extremely hot around here, and to touch that would mean to burn your fingers or hands. So you always want to, when you barbecue, particularly the vision impaired, to have someone with you as you barbecue, so that you don't get too close and bump your fingers on the hot barbecue. As we look at the briquettes now, they're starting to turn white. They're not totally covered, but it's good enough where we can start. The higher up in elevation you get, if you have a cabin up in the Sierras or something, the longer it takes. But at this elevation of about 30 feet, this is going to be okay. Now, we're barbecuing pork chops today, and they'll take about 8 to 10 minutes on per side. So we'll cook them on one side and bring them up to the other side. Again, remember your partner that's going to be helping you and making sure that you don't bump the barbecue, which is very hot. So we'll take the pork chops, put them on the fire just like that. Okay, notice I'm here as an assistant making sure the visually impaired student, Paige, isn't going to touch the barbecue or knock it over. Some people like to barbecue with the top on. And when you do that, you got to make sure that this is set so that the holes are open. Otherwise, it'll put the fire out. Some people like to just barbecue it open like that. It depends on your preference. But for now, we'll put the top on. It protects the fire, and we'll see how this goes. A minute too.
Siri, set my timer for 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes and counting.
Notice I have the mitten on. This would be a better job for your assistant to take a peek and see how it's cooking, because it can get hot even on this handle here, which is pretty well insulated. So I'm going to lift it up and take a look. It looks like it's doing fine, but you want to keep watch on your barbecue. Okay, now we're getting ready to turn the meat over, and so I'm going to carefully take the lid off. We're going to take a look at it. It's moist on top. That's a good indication it's ready to turn.
Is it?
Okay. With the assistant helping, Paige is going to turn the meat over. I'm going to guide her hand.
Okay.
You're right there. Carefully now, she will turn it over.
Am I grabbing it?
Yes.
I don't feel like I'm grabbing it. You want to grab it?
Okay, let me help you. All right, another part of barbecuing is the sauce that you put on the meat. And one of the things people do by mistake a lot of times is they put the sauce on too early. You want to put it on just prior to finishing your barbecue. We have some honey barbecue sauce here and a brush to brush it on. And so when the timer goes off, we'll go ahead and do that and then turn it over. Paige is now going to put some sauce on the meat with my guidance.
Daddy, Grandma?
Okay. Now carefully,
Really?
don't get too close.
Okay, where is
Okay. Keep going. Right, stop. Right there. Down. Straight down. Okay, good. Okay. Down. No, a little back to you. Back to you. Back to you. Right there. Now come to the right a little bit. To the right. Okay. That's good. Okay.
Is it good?
Yep.